Naturally.
So natural.
I have a little question for you, Jasmine.
Oh wait, we're starting. That was our intro. I thought we were just chatting about it. What is that?
That's a dish. My name is Gabriella. No.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, seems like an interview. This is Jasmine.
This is Gabriella.
She's a financial planner here in the UK.
We're both financial planners.
We're both financial planners. We thought we'd deviate a little bit from the traditional financy stuff, like tax, how much you're putting into your ISA. This we can talk about that. Do you want to hear about that?
Do you want to hear about tax?
Tax. We will do some traditional finance stuff because I think it's important.
Financial education, yeah. I feel like it doesn't really get spoken about.
And we want to bring to light a few topics that probably don't get spoken enough about. This is our first podcast episode. We're getting together today to chat about our money story. Very, very chill, very...
Discuss our first, memories of money.
Yeah. What first came to mind? Not the moment you got your salary or anything like that. It's more the first time you're like, oh, okay. Could be if there is.
Yeah.
My earliest memory of story is actually really bizarre because some parents get you to do chores around the house, and my dad, Gino.
Love Gino. Big up Gino.
Woo! He would pay me to do the chores, and you think, whoa, get in there. But
how old were you?
Oh gosh, how old was I? It was probably around 10 years old.
You're living in the UK?
No, I was in Italy. There was different sort of tasks, and he would pay me to do these different tasks, so there was an incentive. Cleaning the bathroom, for example, was €6. The premise was it's going to take you about an hour, €6 an hour, child labour. I'm joking. And the dishwasher was like €1 for one load. And I was all excited, did my chores. I arrived there, and he's like, yeah, but the catch is, you only get 50% of that because of the taxes. And I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute.
That is nuts. 50% tax.
50% tax.
Well, 50% tax on €1, one load of the dishwasher.
50 cents.
Yeah. I'll take 50% of that.
And I guess it wasn't really that. It was like, okay, so effort doesn't directly proportionally equal reward. There's something else to it. And I think that's the moment that it hit me, that money sort of shapes your behaviours at an earlier stage than we probably think.
I think it definitely teaches something to people at an early stage in life that you don't realise. I think it seems really harsh to take 50% of what your child's earned at such a young age, especially it's like, well, you do this for me, you do that, and then you'll earn this, but I'm going to take 50% tax. But it's more the moral of it. The moral, the lesson. The premises. Yeah, exactly, the lesson behind it. That definitely. You'll go out into the world and things might not always seem fair to you. There are rules and you got to play by those rules because that's the system. Then you start to question, okay, why am I paying taxes? And where is it going? And what's the wider scope of the subject here? Did he teach you about that as well? No, I just felt my money leave my pocket. It just took longer to save, but what it did was it made me more aware. And I guess at that age you don't really fully comprehend what's going on, but there's a wider scope to the situation. So I'd be really curious to hear what shaped you. That was one that's stuck with me throughout. Yeah, I've got a couple that's come to mind. I'm going to jump a bit, so I know we're not talking salary. But when I first got my first full-time job, I was 17 years old. In finance, yeah. Jasmine has been basically born into finance. I was earning 10 grand a year. Did you feel rich? Oh God, I felt rich. It was such a good feeling. £800 landed into my bank account. And I was like, oh my God, I've got all this money. I was living with my dad and my stepmom at the time, and they wanted I think it was £125 of it as board and rent money. Two ways to look at that though, isn't there really? Oh, they're taking board of the money that I've worked and I've earned versus, hang on a minute, that's just a small portion. I've got the rest to... Yeah, to be fair, because I thought, oh, it's £125 of my £800 that I've earned. And because I felt so rich, I don't even care. I've got all this money left over. All I had to do at the time was fuel my Citroen C1 that I was driving. Yeah, I loved it. And how much was that roughly? Do you remember? The fuel? Yeah. I'd be curious. £45. Oh, so you had plenty left over. Oh God, yeah. I was not dealing with it properly at all.
What way would you spend your money?
Well, this is the issue. I would just splash out. I was spending all my money on food. We had a food van that came round like at 12:30 every day, and 1 month I worked it out. I was just curious. I spent £150 just on that food van alone.
You were basically supporting their salary.
Yeah, I was.
Fueled by Jasmine.
So thank me.
I wonder if they're still operating in business.
That's a tangent. If I jump back to like my first memory of money, you remember? Did you ever have those Go Henry accounts?
I didn't, no. But maybe I was just too Italian by then.
Yeah, it was big in the UK.
Oh.
They're still around now, I think. But there was sort of like this account where a lot of like parents would get for their children, so they can like monitor their bank accounts.
Was it a literal bank account?
Yeah, so I had my own bank account with Go Henry. They sort of advertised it as like you can give your kids pocket money and transfer them money rather than giving them cash. They've got their own bank account. Strong memories of Go Henry. My sister and I, this is going back a while.
How long, roughly?
7 or 8. My dad's always been like very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
We had this little mini dream that we'd start our own salon one day.
Like hair salon or like beauty salon?
Like beauty salon. You know, like when little kids, like, sounds really strange. They'll like give you a little massage on your shoulders or whatever.
Yeah.
And like going back to child labour. Anyway.
This is not a parent's takedown or anything like that.
No, this is not.
This is like...
I'll get into it. We would, you know, had those little dreams. And rather than my dad sort of like laughing at us, he was like, well, okay then, do something about it. Let's make it happen.
Typical dads.
So we were like, what do you mean? He was like, well, you need to think about it properly. You need to think about all your costs involved. You're going to have to save up to buy certain products. So, for example, like we used to go to the Body Shop. I loved the Body Shop at that age. You buy like, you know, like the body butter, so you get in the tubs. So that could have been, I don't know, like £4, £5 a tub. It's like, well, you're going to have to save that up. Have you got this money to buy that? So then you can give a shoulder massage or something, or a back massage.
Yeah, because you've got to have your costs, your overheads.
Exactly, yeah.
You've got your child labour.
And then how much are you going to charge for these different services?
Yeah.
And work out when you're going to make a profit. Sophie and I had like a notepad each. We went into town together, went to the Body Shop, bought this stuff, came back, and then we started giving them like massages, and they'd give us like money for it.
Who were you giving massages?
It sounds odd, but no, it wasn't. It's not weird at all. It wasn't child labour, but it was just my dad and my stepmom, actually, I think, at the time, because it was agreement with them, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think the moral behind it was that it was to teach us a lesson that we needed to save that. We might have had to do some like, chores to earn a bit of pocket money, maybe like £5 a week or
Pie
something.
in the sky, I want to start a salon.
No. If you want to make it work, you've got to know what's involved and actually work for it.
I think both of our money stories are probably very different, but at the same time, there's a similar feeling there. It's not just as simple as it appears on the outside. And I think as we grow older and older, these money stories become these experiences which we learn from and shape who we are and how we behave with money. We all have various friends. There's like big spender or the one that won't spend at all.
Well, everyone's grown up differently.
Exactly.
Different parents.
Yeah. And I think these little lessons, and it's not to say like they're bad or good. It's just, okay, at what point did money stop feeling neutral? At what point did I attach a certain meaning to money? And just being aware of that rather than saying I'm bad with money, because that's not going to help anyone. It's more, okay, what can I learn from this?
I know for me, like, money started actually affecting me and being an important part of my life, I guess, was when I realised I wanted to go on holiday with my friends.
Yeah, there was a goal that you wanted to get.
Yeah, I mean, I know money's definitely not everything, but often money does help make memories.
I think there's such a taboo around talking about money and saying, okay, I need money to get this certain thing that I want. Let's not hide behind the fact that it's not bad to want money to be able to have experiences, like you said.
Yeah, no, not
go
at all.
on holiday.
Yeah, for me, like, travelling is really important, you know, and then having the money to go out as well.
Yeah, have a social life and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
The meaning of it is spending time with your friends and the experiences, etc. But you do need a certain amount to get there. So not going down the traditional route of finance, looking more at the sort of the behavioural side and how money is attached to meaning, the emotional side. It then impacts how we save, how we invest,
How we go about life, even like asking for raises and stuff at work.
I guess what this really does is it sits quietly in the background and impacts how we manage our money, and it decides how we feel about the money. What we can do is we can be a little bit more aware, notice it, and then decide, does it serve me? And as much as you can look at the taxes, you can look at the investment returns, you can be focused on one thing. If it doesn't feel right, there's something driving that behaviour, then we would love to hear about your money stories. So please just let us know, what was your earliest memory of money?
What's the first time that you remember money being important to you?
Yeah.
When did it affect you properly?
When did it stop feeling neutral? We'd be so curious to know, like, we're so into this.
We may not look it, but we are. If you have any questions.
Yeah, if you want to hear more about us specifically, how we got into it, the industry. This is just a fun podcast to bounce our ideas back and forth and explore certain ideas. Is it?
What's your earliest memory of money? Just to notice it.
Looking back on these money memories, how do you feel now? Like, because I don't look back in anger. Well, I look at them as little lessons that we've learned over the years. And I think maybe that's sort of what has driven us both, maybe along the way, it's driven us both into the industry that we're in and shaped the sort of passion that we have to help other people. Something that we both have in common is that we maybe overthink things a little bit.
100%. I'm a huge overthinker. I overthink everything.
And so we're not the only ones, and there are people out there who feel the exact same and who we help think about those things in a different way.
I think when it comes to like overthinking money and your own financial position, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. It just means that you're thinking about it and you're noticing things and potentially like patterns and going back to whether or not that serves you. I think that's almost like the empowering bit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of a financial planner's role, is to empower the change within certain money behaviours as well. We're not just there to count taxes and invest money. We're there to provide support.
Help you achieve what you want to achieve in life. It doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah.
But if money's going to help you achieve it, or it's not necessarily just earning more, there's loads to it. There's planning involved.
Yeah, and thinking about it. And a lot of money decisions are emotional. It's not just clear cut, black and white. A lot of things we get is, do I invest or do I sell my home? And there's a lot of emotion attached to selling your home. Thank you so much for listening today. We'll be back with more.
We'll be back.
Love it. I'm out. In summary, we're financial planners, and we love finance. Is that English?